Hello, welcome back to Modern Economics, your go-to channel for unpacking the complex world of global economics and geopolitics. If you're passionate about understanding how the world is changing, from power shifts to currency wars, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into 5 mind-blowing facts about BRICS that will change the way you think about global power, economics, and governance. These aren't just fun facts, they're signs of a seismic shift in world affairs. So grab a coffee, and if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and let's begin. Let's start with a game changing fact. BRICS is no longer content with being a passive player in global institutions. Instead, it's actively challenging the status quo of global governance, particularly in the influence of Western-led institutions like the IMF and the World Bank. Why, you may ask? Because these institutions have long been criticized for being unrepresentative and rigid, especially towards emerging economies. So here's what BRICS has done. In 2015, it launched a new development bank, a multilateral bank designed to fund infrastructure and sustainable development with equal voting power among member countries, a sharp contrast to the IMF's quota system. They also created the Contingent Reserve Arrangement, a financial safety net that allows BRICS nations to support each other during currency crises, reducing dependency on the IMF. These moves are more than symbolic. They represent a power pivot away from Washington and towards multipolarity. But here's the biggest question. If institutions like the NDB become more attractive to the global south, could we witness a decline in Western-led financial dominance? Could this be a start of a new international financial architecture? Did you know BRICS is not just Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa? The BRICS group currently consists of 10 countries. This includes the 5 new additions: Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, the United Arab Emirates, and Indonesia. As of 2025, over 20 countries have expressed interest in joining the bloc. In fact, several of these were invited to join during the 2023 summit in Johannesburg. Now, what does this mean? A larger BRICS would significantly boost representation for the global south. It would also give the group more economic clout, especially with potential members like Saudi Arabia bringing oil wealth or Indonesia adding demographic power. But expansion isn't simple. How do you maintain unity when your members have different political systems, strategic goals, and even rivalries? Decision making could become more complex. Consensus may be harder to reach, but if BRICS can navigate this complexity, it could evolve into a serious alternative to the G7 and perhaps even rival the influence of the UN in some areas. Now, here's where things get really interesting and controversial. BRICS is taking concrete steps to challenge the dominance of the US dollar in global trade. For decades, the dollar has been the world's reserve currency, giving the US enormous geopolitical leverage. But BRICS nations are pushing back. In recent years, China and Russia have increased bilateral trade in yuan and rubles. India has purchased Russian oil in rupees. The new development bank is issuing loans in local currencies to reduce reliance on the dollar. And there's active discussion around creating a BRICS reserve currency, possibly backed by a basket of commodities or currencies. Because dollar dominance is not just economic, it's political. The US can sanction countries by cutting them off from the global financial system. Think SWIFT or access to US banks. If BRICS can build a parallel system, it would fundamentally alter the levers of global power. Could we be witnessing the slow erosion of the dollar's supremacy? If so, the implications are massive for trade, investment, and the US foreign policy. Let's turn to a unique player in BRICS, South Africa. As the only African member, South Africa plays a crucial role, not just symbolically, but geopolitically. When it hosted the 2023 summit, it had to navigate pressures from the West, especially over its neutral stance on the Russia-Ukraine war, potential sanctions, or diplomatic fallout, and the expectations of the African continent to lead on development, trade, and infrastructure. Despite this, South Africa remains committed to multipolar diplomacy, building ties with both East and West. Its role may grow even more important as BRICS seeks stronger ties across Africa. In many ways, South Africa is the canary in the coal mine, showing us how smaller states can wield influence in a shifting global order. Last but not least, BRICS is quietly becoming a philosophical alternative to the G7. While the G7, made up of advanced economies, focuses on market liberalism, security alliances, and maintaining current global structures, BRICS is offering a development first approach, a focus on infrastructure, trade, and local currencies, and non interventionist principles as well. Some are calling it the new Global South G7. Instead of conditional aid or military alliances, BRICS emphasizes sovereignty, partnership, mutual growth, especially for developing nations. Can this vision scale? Can it build a credible, effective model of global development? Only time will tell. But the fact that the BRICS is now seen as a counterweight to the G7 is a sign of just how much the world is changing. So there you have it. 5 powerful facts that show how BRICS is more than just a coalition. It's a movement, a challenge to the old order, and a blueprint for the new one. But now we want to hear from you. Do you think BRICS can be successful in creating a multipolar world? Which of these developments do you think is most important? And what topics would you like us to cover next? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. How do you see the future of BRICS evolving? We read and reply to everyone. And if this content resonated with you, hit that like button, subscribe to Modern Economics to keep up to date as we cover the shifts in global economics.